Hello, this is Ann O'Brien, intuitive teacher and author, and I'm here with you today to talk about how not to get betrayed or deceived. So, this is perhaps a lofty goal I have to make a video about this, and I want to say that I do not claim that I can completely prevent this from you, or if you do what I say, you'll never have this happen. Nor am I saying that if you've been betrayed or deceived, that you've done all the things on my list, which I'm going to share in a little bit. But I will say that it is a very common experience, and I've been through it too. And having gotten to the other side of some experiences that were pretty intense for me, I feel like I have something to share on this. So here we go. So in 2021, I experienced what felt like 3 major betrayals all at once. So they happened in 3 different areas of my life, and I'm happy to say now that one of the situations resolved later that year. One of the situations has turned out better. And the other situation, I'm glad I didn't get what I want because it wouldn't have been good. And in some ways, maybe that's the case for all 3. So I am happy to share, but I just want to say that it really worked me, and it really grew me in my compassion and awareness. And really, when it happened, it took me some months of really feeling shocked, of not knowing which end is up. Like, I don't know what to do with all of this at once. And, I'm somebody who I'm paid to be clear. I'm complimented on my clarity quite often. And to be somebody who didn't see what was coming, or who thought things were a certain way and then they weren't. I mean, that was confounding. And then obviously personally, for people that I loved or trusted or counted on to not show up in the way that I had expected, and to have invested in these situations that didn't turn out the way that I was hoping for, it was hard. And I just went inward, and because it was so much at once, it was like slam me to the ground, and all I could do was just do what I had to do. And I'm a very enthusiastic person. I tend to be a very positive person. So for me, that was weird. But it was just like, okay, I can get through the day. I can do my work. I can take care of my daughter. Made it, And occasionally I would tell myself, you're doing a good job. And I would just do my best, right? And I did a lot of skiing. I might make a different video about that because I have something to share about that. But I would say, it took me through the rest of the year to get out of shock. Into the beginning of 22, I started to feel like myself again. Through 23, I feel like I really started to see what happened and understand it from a lot of different angles, and you never have complete knowledge of what happened, but make a lot more sense of it and make peace. And 24 now, I feel like, thank God it's in the past. And so these are the 3 things that I've come to, which I want to share with you about how, not that we ever fully avoid it, but how to minimize your chances of getting betrayed or deceived. And if it does happen, to make it as painless as possible, and as much of a graduation into higher love as possible, versus a slam to the ground devastated feeling. So number one thing that sets us up to be betrayed and deceived as being righteous is thinking we know. Soon as you think you know, and you're pushing from I know, you are not able to actually see what's happening. And I'm going to relate all these to Aikido, because there's an interesting thing in Aikido. Partner can reverse your technique if you do these exact 3 things, which is really interesting. So if I'm executing a technique from muscle, from push, versus from my center, like I know what you need to do and go to the ground, or go over here and I'm going to throw you and I want it to look this way, partner can reverse me because I'm not actually feeling partner. And so they could do something I don't expect. Second one, not living in alignment with your boundary, or not reinforcing your boundary. So it's one thing to have a boundary in mind. Sometimes we don't even know what our boundaries are, and then we really set us up for failure. That was my high school years, which I won't get back to, but thank God. Knowing where your boundaries are is great. Speaking your boundaries is the next step. But the third step, and this was the step I missed, was really living by those boundaries and not crossing them for any reason. So when you have a clear center, and again in Aikido, when I am in my center, when I have my center intact, when I'm in alignment, when I have integrity in my body and I'm consistent with my movements and everything's intentional in my position and my energy, it's all intentional, it's all integrated, I don't get surprised. I don't get hurt. I might, oh, we're going another way. Cool. I felt that coming, right? I'm fine. I'm strong enough to do that. Or, no, thank you. I'm going to walk away. Number 3, wanting to avoid. So fear, hiding, disconnection. In Aikido, if we are not connected, if we back up, run away, let go, oh my God, I don't like what's happening, I'm scared, I'm just gonna like disappear and just stick my head in the sand, and I'm not gonna bring up the tough subjects, and I'm not gonna ask about this, and I'm just gonna hope it all goes away. That doesn't tend to go so well. And, in a way, you're just not participating. You can only achieve, I think, a positive outcome if you're participating in that outcome. Certainly, you can only receive the outcome if you're participating in it. So I hope this was helpful. Love to hear your thoughts. If I can support you with a private session, if you want to check out my books, I have a couple books, A Woman's Guide to Conscious Love and Everyone is Psychic. They have a lot of meditations and energetic awareness practices in them. Those are all at AnnO'BrienLiving.com. And you can join my mailing list there if you want to be on the list for future videos. You can also hit subscribe or like or wherever you're watching this. I appreciate your support. Feel free to share it with someone who'd like to know. Okay, thanks. Bye.